I mean, I'll just start throwing the American gifts in now again.
Do it, man. Just chuck them in.
As long as you got a fanny pack, I'm there.
Yeah, the fanny pack. That's a big win in the UK.
Strap back, because I'm a G like that.
Mate, I'd expect nothing less.
Hey, Yob.
Hey, mate.
You're right.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. So, Pims, I think I'm ready to go as soon as we don't want to delay
let's go.
too much. Like I say, we've got it recorded, so we can clip it and send it out afterwards as well. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the very first Polaris DAO AMA session. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's made the effort to join Polaris on this incredible journey. We've got a lot to discuss, so I think let's kick things off. We'll introduce the founding members that are with us today, and then we can give you information on the other guys after this AMA. So, Pims, do you want to get us rolling with introducing yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi guys, I'm Pims, or Pimsy, or even Margarita to some. I was born and raised in New Zealand, and I've lived in the UK for 20 years, with some stints in Thailand and Switzerland and a few other places. Bit of a vagabond. I'm an interior designer who found the crypto space in 2017. I got wrecked in 2018, like many, and I've been into crypto ever since. I've been looking for a project for a long time to commit to, particularly one project that kind of captured me, and that for me, that was Wild World, alongside a little bit of trading that I've been doing. In 2021, I was signing up for every IDO I could find, and after getting whitelisted for the Wild World IDO, I stepped up my research. It's an insanely ambitious project, as I'm sure you all know, but it became obvious to me how committed the team was to making it a reality, and I really liked that. Since joining the Telegram and then the Discord, I was blown away by the community being built as well. It's really an honor to be a part of this community, and now here we are building a DAO, which is wicked, a DAO for the community. I love it, and I'll hand over to Pao, who can talk through himself.
Yeah, I'll get off. Hey guys, so I'm Pao Gore, and I live in London, but I grew up in Asia. I've spoken to most of you guys lots, and even last Friday's AMA. So, my day job is in finance, so that's pretty intense at the moment with the markets. And so the way I let off steam is I'm just messing around with Wild World a lot. I've been in crypto, a couple of years, and found it during lockdown. Started with the old, coins, but really never really understood the underlying valuations of any of them. And quickly got burnt by LP because it just doesn't make any sense when there's volatility. And I was just goofing around, and one day I was in some other chat room for some weird land-related NFT system, and definitely Wilder popped in and started shilling Wilder World, and I think that was last November, and I basically haven't left since. And now, I'm involved in a couple of DAOs. But what fascinates me with the DAOs is you can have these people from all over the world volunteering to be staff and founders, and it's just really interesting. It's like setting up a business, but like everything in a DAO, we all say it's going to be on the blockchain so you can see it, which is fantastic. But the way you run these things is through integrity, precision, honesty, and basically being really sensible. And given we're going to be a community, we're stepping from being founders here in the Polaris DAO to suddenly opening up to community. It's going to be a lot more about communication and, doing things together and voting for things and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. My specialty is really in the finance and the modeling and the valuation stuff. So Tom, do you want to go?
Yeah, I'll take over from here. Right, so I'm Tom Polida, and my crypto journey starts with my brother-in-law showing me Bitcoin. It was about 2010, 2011. He used to use Bitcoin for trading gaming profiles. I think it was RuneScape that they used to do it with. And I probably just laughed it off at the time and didn't hear about crypto again until 2017, when a good friend of mine who's in finance and cybersecurity, he recommended ETH and Bitcoin. Like ETH was $6 at the time. Didn't really have money at the time to invest, but my interest was peaked then. And at the time I was working as a landscaper, but I would listen to audiobooks, podcasts, and I was studying blockchain technology there, and I just fell in love with everything that it stands for. But I did eventually begin investing in crypto, and then was getting good results and decided that it was time to commit to the space. And then I would just continue doing landscape design work whilst I was venturing into this like Web3 space. I found Wilder World on Polkastarter, the IDO launch. Polkastarter was at that time was quite a good website, quite a good platform for finding projects. And yeah, found Wilder World, and back then Wilder World was mainly an NFT marketplace. I don't know if anyone see it that early on, but it was just the metaverse was mentioned, but you went on the website and it just showed you digital art that just scrolled through. And I've always had an passion for art and design, so I was like quite hooked to the project. And my landscape business, there's wild in the name, so I just had like that connection to it. And to this day, Wilder World's been my best financial investment, and also it's inspired me to like dedicate myself to the metaverse and Web3. So I'm currently learning design software like Unreal Engine. I want to learn some others, and I think there's some guys in this group I would love to chat to about all of that. So so continue running my IRL businesses, and then helping to build this amazing DAO. So I think have we got Yob with us? Are you prepared
I'm here, mate.
Yeah. Do you want to take the reins now?
Yeah, I'll fire in. So thanks, Tom. Yob here. Good to see. Thanks for all joining and committing to the project. Good to see a few familiar names on the VC and some new ones as well. So that's great. So yeah, just a little bit about me. So live in Manchester in the UK. I'm a United fan, but we won't talk about that as much as some of the other guys might like to. And yeah, I sort of first got into the crypto space in around 2018. Really, it was just a conversation with a couple of mates, and somebody sort of said, you know, have you seen what's going on with Bitcoin? Gave me a bit of education over a beer. Next couple of days, sort of fired a little bit of cash into it, and really never sort of took it seriously. Really, just sort of a way to make my money try and work a little bit harder for me, but again, never really took it seriously. Kind of left it for a while, and then randomly came across Wilder World last year on Twitter, knowing really very little about the space. Knew what a metaverse really was, the basic concept, after reading Ready Player One and also watching the film. And you know, I sort of dived into the Discord, and like most of us here, was probably sort of taken back by the community aspect, which was great from day one. And then deciding to read a bit more about it and sort of invest more time and energy into learning more about it, knowing very, very little about what the space entailed, you know, Web 3.0, all that kind of thing. And was, you know, like most of us, like Pim said, just got sucked in by the space and sucked in by the passion of the team, the energy of the project, and decided to sort of start investing in it, not only to just, you know, at the beginning maybe make a quick buck, but actually, you know, as time has gone on and investing more time and energy into it, just realized the potential of what the team's trying to create, really, and the community aspect and the decentralized aspect of everything that's involved within the metaverse. So, you know, and from that, you know, met some really great people within the UK and across, you know, had several voice chats with a lot of you guys, and yeah, just really enjoying learning more and more about it. And you know, the whole Polaris concept is fantastic. So excited to see where it goes, and excited for everybody to be part of it and help shape the direction of what we can potentially create here. So yeah.
And Yob, how many Frank Wilder totems do you own?
I've got two so far, but I continue to when I've got spare time, which is very little at the moment, but I continue to scour Google or tap up Metallic to see whether he's got any more contacts of where I could get a totem from. But yeah, two so far. So yeah, going okay. Pleased with the two. So
he's the best dressed UK Wilder, basically.
I've got my hoodie now as well, which is for anybody who's got one, you know how good they are.
Yeah.
They're absolutely awesome. Yeah. So
I had to put it on for good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one. So, that's you've heard from four of us there. Obviously, three other of the founding members. We'll add their bios and more information on those. I'm sure you'll hear more from them. We're keen to do as many of these voice chats as we can. We want to hear from the community and get some feedback. So, yeah, this is just the start of many more voice chats. I think next we'll open it up to all the founders that are here and just explain how we first met. And what the first meeting was like. I mean, I remember I'm quite an introverted person. You probably hear like the nervous energy in my voice. I wasn't 100% sure on actually like meeting up with people in this space. I'd not done it before, so it was like all new to me. But I just loved it. Like the first moment we met, just had that energy there. Normally, like when I speak to people about crypto or about Wilder World in normal life, it's kind of blank faces and not a deep understanding of what you're saying. But you get to meet people that are on the same kind of journey as you, and it's just such a good energy, a good understanding from each other, and you just bouncing so much energy, positivity, and great stories off of each other. So yeah, we loved it. Tim, I don't know if you want to elaborate on the first meetup.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. I think the funny thing was, obviously we'd all met on the Discord, got to know each other. We all chat on the Wild World Discord, and that's been great. And then we decided, you know what, let's meet up for real, which was a pretty brave thing to do. I don't know how many people had actually attempted that. And so I remember walking in, we had a dinner and drinks booked, and I walked in, and I think we're all a little nervous, like Tom said. I mean, we didn't know whether we were going to meet a bunch of 10-year-olds or some axe murderers. The great thing was every single person was just like they are on the Discord, very friendly, kind individuals. Meeting each other in real life was such a big moment for the 7 of us. We all got on instantly, and it was great to talk about something we all love without actually being looked at like we've lost the plot, as my wife does every time I mention my wheels, NFTs, etc. Or how happy I was when I minted a crib. She's like, "What do you need that piece of shit for?" But I'm very happy to have it, and she will be too one day. So that's kind of one of the things that that's how we started this journey towards building a DAO. And what we realized is these in real life meetups were really valuable. On Discord, you can get lost in words, but when you're actually sitting opposite someone, it's amazing how quickly you can work together and evolve what you're talking about, learning more from each other and realizing you're all on the same page. Like I said, for us, that was just the best thing. And so that's one of the reasons in real life events are going to play a part in how our DAO functions. Obviously, we're all UK based, so initially for us, it's going to be UK, but we're ambitious, man. We want to have more global events. We'd love to meet up at NFT events. These are all things that are in the pipeline alongside investment, which is obviously another important part of the DAO.
Yeah, we decided, didn't we, to make a conscious effort to, obviously we initially set things up as UK Wilders, and we are keen to sort of keep the underlying story there of us being British, and it will be a running theme more than likely as we progress, but we are obviously keen to open up to anyone. That's what this whole space is about. It's about including
building community.
Exactly. So it was a great meetup, first one, and I don't know if anyone else wants to elaborate on that, but we'll move on to.
Just quickly, just to chip in, Tom.
Go for it.
2 pence worth. It was like, I think one of us might have said it when we got there or afterwards. It was like the weirdest blind date that you kind of ever been on. But just to echo what the other guys have said, it was quite quickly. We all sort of realised as we started chatting to each other and moved around the table, everybody had the same sort of passion and energy for the whole project as each other. And we sort of like, as the night progressed, the conversation got better and we sort of all relaxed a little bit, I think. And it was fantastic to talk to people with that same kind of energy, rather than I've spoke to a lot of people about this, and as the other guys have said, it's usually just like blank faces. So to have sort of meaningful, substantial conversations about this, it was quite easy to see everybody's passion coming through for it. And we see quite a lot in this space, and it's one of the sort of big negatives around everything, all the sort of mistrust and scams that happen. I think quite quickly, even for me personally, I don't trust that many people really, and to meet like a group of other people for the first time about something like this, you're really looking in the whites of the eyes of the people that are across the table, and quite quickly it was like, I trust these guys. We were sort of like doxing ourselves, I think, pretty quickly, and as we'll sort of probably go into in a minute, we made this decision pretty quickly to sort of kickstart this process by seeing an opportunity and thinking, right, let's go for it, and we started transferring ETH, and we did it all based on one meetup, which was kind of blew me away. And again, personally, probably 12 months ago, I never would have done anything like this, especially in a space like this, which I don't profess to know inside out, but actually I trust the people around me and the people that I met to be like, okay, what I don't know, they know, and I trust them, and we've sort of all made that decision together, and it's amazing to do that. And this is why another reason why I'm so excited about the whole Polaris piece is that we're building extending an already great community and trying to make it fun, exciting, and a trustworthy place, which I think a lot of us still look for in this whole metaverse. So yeah, really great is my message, really.
I think leading on from that, talking about coming from a great community, that's like what we want to contribute with the DAO. Obviously, there's an investment opportunity with the DAO, but one of the things I'm passionate about and keen is that we build an amazing community as well around what we're doing, and that will then contribute to Wilder World and what happens in Miami. And also we want to build experiences within Miami. I think we at this stage, a lot of the conversations around the assets, the underlying the increase in value of the assets, and this, that, and the other. But I think I love to see people talking about what we're going to be doing in Miami, and I think we're already, which we did straight off the bat with Polaris. We started making plans, and we're starting thinking about what we're going to be doing within Miami, and I just love that. And I think a big part of what this DAO is about what experiences we're going to have together in this metaverse. Obviously, because I think the successful metaverse will have a massive the social side of it. We're great people, inspirational people in the space that you want to spend time with. So we're obviously keen to build that as much as possible. And obviously, but at the same time, we are providing an opportunity for people to invest in Wilder World. And one of my concerns with Wilder World at the minute is like we're loving the success of the assets and the increase in floor price, but I do worry that it might be actually causing a larger barrier to entry. And I think a lot of success in crypto projects comes from like general public just like having a punt or having a go on a project, and like with the guys in this chat, we understand Wilder World. We've done our research and we believe in the project, so we find sums of money to invest in this project. We really do back it. But for an outsider to come into the project and then to front like even a floor price asset for like the general public, is quite a large investment. So if we can help decrease that barrier to entry, and actually I think this is the great opportunity for all the DAOs that are forming, and this is why we love to see such the more DAOs the merrier, because like just one DAO isn't going to be able to achieve that. We need all of the DAOs to combine on that task of trying to lower that barrier to entry as it is, but also create opportunities for people to invest in Wilder World at this early stage. And that's what this while we were keen to really try and get things moving quick with this DAO, because obviously we're seeing the likes of the Trinities, the land parcels that are coming. We do feel like there's a great opportunity here to try and capitalize on this early stage before things really do blow up. So but we will continue with the DAO to try and to make it accessible for anyone on the outside, to the newcomers that come in. That we've seen it in the Discord, they can't afford to and they get disconnected or straight away from the project. People want to have piece of the pie. They want to have a chunk of what's going on. So when they jump in the Discord, if there's an outlet, an opportunity for them to get involved in the DAOs, and I believe that Frank and Neo, they seem to love to see it as well. So I believe that's in their best interest as well, for these DAOs to form and actually help as many people as we can be a part of this community. So obviously that's a big part of what we're trying to do here with Polaris. I don't know if Pims or Palgor, you want to elaborate on anything?
I think that's well said, mate. Yeah, I don't literally have a thing to add. You nailed it.
Amazing. All right.
I think we're. Should we move on to the next? Shall I do my evaluation bit?
Yeah. So we've touched on obviously creating experiences in Wyoming, building a good community, providing opportunities for people to invest in Wilder World, lowering the barrier to entry, and then obviously utilising a DAO where we've got knowledgeable people. Everyone that I speak to in Wild World, they all seem very knowledgeable, and they will be able to really contribute well to what we're building here. So obviously managing assets, that's the beauty of the DAO as well, is you don't want a small number of people making decisions. You want like-minded, knowledgeable people to make good decisions. So that will lead on to the management of the assets and the actual investment opportunity. So Pal, do you want to take over and explain a bit more about that?
Okay. So the slides I prepared are sitting in the channel called Member Information. And if you scroll to the kind of top of the channel, you can either see the slides as they are, and I'll go through them sort of one by one, or you can just download the deck, which is a PDF. So what I'm going to cover is a little bit what we've got today in the Polaris DAO and how we got there. I'm going to cover where this is going to take us after the Moto Mint, how we value the DAO. It's very similar to Goa because I'm involved in both, and I've applied the same valuation approach to both, and everyone seems kind of comfortable with that. So I think it's a responsible way to do it. And then lastly, it's our offer to OGs. So essentially, you guys in Discord at the moment, we're essentially doing a special offer because we think it's the right thing to do, essentially. And I can tell you, between us, some of them wanted to give an even bigger discount, whilst others were a little bit, well, is that too much? So anyway, you'll see. So if I start on slide 2, we want to grow the community, and 7 of us have founded this, and we've all basically put in 0.5 ETH equally, and we've actually ended up with 3 Trinities right now. Now, that kind of doesn't add up, and I will explain that shortly. Now, our main aim is to hold long-term assets for Wilder World and maybe eventually Zero DAO related NFTs. But Mint is probably that first step, key thing that we're interested in, as with other DAOs. Now, the 2 things where obviously we'll need to do that, we'll need minting money, so that's why we're opening up for new ETH. Because if we got 3 Trinities, we don't know the mint price, but that will cost something. And then the second thing is we really want skills. We'd love and help, because given the project we want to do with our headquarters, which might be touched on by Pims a bit later, if people have got architect skills, if people have got computing skills, if people want to help, at the moment Tom, Dick, Harry is our coder, and he's going to help us get onto Zero DAO as and when it's ready. But if people are interested in that side, we're all just please come and help, volunteer, do everything, because it can make this DAO really, really great. God, that sounds like Donald Trump. Now, if we go to slide 3, this is what we basically have. So as you can see in that grid there, we bought a craft model 0. We were given a wolf who's called Polaris, hence the wolf on the front of our Discord, and that wolf was from Neo for being apparently the first DAO, although others have now said that they were before us. And then thirdly, we bought another wheel. So we've essentially got 3 key wheels. Now around that, what's happened is 3 of us have loaned assets into the DAO to create more Trinities. So myself, TDH, and Crypto Casper have lent Wolf, and wheels into the DAO, and Pims post-motor drop will basically lend a wheel. Now, this loan thing is entirely a trust thing, as in the founders view this, we all have a spare extra asset that we don't need for a future Trinity. And we kind of thought, wow, if we can just put it in the DAO on loan, maybe one day we'll get it back, but it's going to be there for the Trinity moment for land. And that will then give the DAO 3 Trinities. So it's kind of like a zero interest loan, and it's making this DAO extremely interesting, I think, from an investment point of view. Okay. Now, slide 4 covers what will happen once the Moto drop happens, and because of the wheels we own, we will end up with essentially post land 4 Trinities to take forward, into all future mints. Which again, that's got leverage depending on what the future new industries will be, etc. Now, slide 5 covers valuing the DAO. As I said earlier, it's the same approach as Goa, because basically over time, over the last few months, this is how we've decided to do kind of both DAOs. You take the value of the NFTs you own, so you exclude the loan NFTs. So, I think a craft model O, we've put the valuation at 3 ETH, but that's probably too low. A wheel at 1 ETH is probably, again, too low versus floor price. Polaris the Wolf is never going to be sold because it was a gift from Neo, but it's worth roughly 1 ETH. We're going to end up with 2 Moto drops from the 2 wheels we currently own. And conservatively, if you value those at 0.5 ETH each, you get another ETH. We have 3 Trinities in place. And if you think that the future net present value of all future Trinities is 1 ETH each, i.e. the profit you can make off each new industry mint going forward, if you've got a special ticket to get one, that's probably conservative as well. And we've put in 1 ETH valuation for essentially setting up this DAO as a kind of company, because that's worth something. And we arrive at a valuation today of 10 ETH. Okay. Now, that potentially could be higher, but this is where we're going to stick it for now. Now, last slide is the offer to the OGs. That is basically you guys who've been willing to, give us some of your time, listen to us, and, show some potential commitment. Now, we are opening up the DAO based on a 7.5 ETH valuation, as in a 25% discount to, fair value where we see it. New joiners can contribute between 0.05 ETH to 0.5 ETH. And so the idea behind that is, it's pretty low, but we don't want someone to just come in and put 10 ETH in, frankly. We're happy with some boundaries. If someone really wants to put in more than 0.5 ETH, we can discuss that. And it's 1 vote per person for the voting mechanism. And that is to stop, a whale come in and, essentially put in lots of ETH, or, try to buy out other members and try to control the DAO. That's not what we want. We want a community-driven DAO. So as an example, if a new member puts in 0.5 ETH, and there's only 1 investor coming in, the valuation of the DAO would go from basically 7.5 to 8 with this new cash. And their stake would be 0.5 divided by 8, which would be a 6.25% stake of the DAO. So it's just simple maths. Okay. At the moment, we've decided we're going to go for this offer until 30th of June. So there's a month. This is a bear market. There's other DAOs opening. There's other things to do with your money. This is like there's other opportunities. So we basically would give people a month to make their decision. Okay. I'm going to stop here, and we can come back to questions on this, obviously, in the Q&A session.
Great, thank you, Pal. Appreciate that. Sounds great. And just to make a few points on the back of the investment opportunities, that for us, like, security is a real priority, and we'll continue to navigate with the best security practices as we go. Obviously, we've tried to stay in touch with the likes of Neo and anyone that can help us with the whole zero tech side of things, that will help us align with what they want to achieve at zero tech. We'd really appreciate that, but we'll continue to pursue that. So I just want to make it very clear, because projects, a liquidity hack or NFT stolen, and it's kind of, in my view, it's game over for a project. So security is high priority for us. So we will always do as much as we can to secure that. And obviously we've had recommendations on how we should navigate, and we've followed those guidelines. So I'm pleased with what I've seen so far from the DAO, and I just want us to make it very clear that we're going to continue with that. And then obviously we'll have intermediate voting systems, and that we're looking to merge onto Zero Tech as soon as possible, and to utilize obviously the amazing work that they're doing there. But in the short term, we'll obviously have short-term solutions to problems like voting and managing of the assets. But obviously, hopefully Zero Tech has all of that under wrap, and we'll merge onto that as soon as possible. Just an extra few points on top of the investment opportunity there. So moving on, we're nearly done now, guys. So thank you so much for sort of sticking with us. We're going to just open up the chat a little bit more to the founders on our future plans, which will include IRL events and us building this DAO together. And then after that, we'll open up to Q&As. So obviously we've touched on IRL events and it being something that we want to continue to do. Even voice chats, we said they're really effective. If we can jump on a voice chat and just have as many discussions as we can, open up and share ideas and just try and keep a relaxed, open feel to it. It's what I've really enjoyed with being a part of this DAO, is being a part of a team that just, they're there to listen, and they'll share constructive criticism, and it's all in good wilder spirit. So actually we're bringing out the best of each other. So we'll do that at IRL events and also in the voice chats that we continue to have. I know Pims, have you got anything to add on the IRL events? I know we've got one coming up, haven't we?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so we've got a casual meet up for a pint in London on June 8th. If you look in the announcements or in the IRL events channel, you'll see I've posted about that. So anyone who's in London or Europe based or lives anywhere in the world and wants to be crazy and come over, you're more than welcome. And then we have our big community event in August the 5th. Everyone's of course welcome. You don't even have to be associated to Wild World. So if you've got friends who want to come along, who are into crypto or curious about it, just basically a chance to hang out, talk about crypto and Web3, and get to know each other a little better, basically. That pretty much covers the IRL events.
Yeah. Amazing, thank you, Pims. And then, so lastly, before Q&As, we just want to say what we're trying to do here. We're building a DAO together, and again, what's amazing about DAOs is kind of the more, as an individual, the more you put in, the more you get out. So we're looking for skilled, passionate members. That don't necessarily have to be skilled, but I think passion goes a long way. Anyone that wants to jump on board what we're building here, I'm really confident, and we're going to do amazing things. You know, we're in a great position to do so. We've got some really good ideas already going, bouncing between us. So we're just looking for understand there's different. We're not expecting anyone to come in and dedicate loads of time to what we're doing here. Like it's as much as you want to contribute. But again, even the guys in this chat, I'm really been impressed by the wilders that we've managed to pull into the Discord, and it just shows the passion that they've got. So any of the guys in the Discord and anyone that's keen and likes what they hear, we'd love you to join, and we'd really appreciate that. So unless any of the other founders want to add anything, we'll open it up to Q&As.
I was just going to add, we have been working on a lot of different things behind the scenes. Maybe it's a British thing where we stay a bit quiet and work away in the background and then bring things out. But we have some concepts and plans which we're really excited about, ambitious plans that we do want to make a reality. If you join the DAO, you'll have access to what these are and the opportunity to help make them a reality. For me personally, it's been a lot of work the last few weeks. There's something in particular I've taken lead on, which I can't talk about yet, but I'm ridiculously excited about. And like I said, I ain't getting paid a penny, but it's been one of the most rewarding things I've ever worked on. And that's covering this whole DAO. Working with the other 6 founders on building this DAO and everything that comes along with that has been such a privilege so far. And I'm excited by the idea of more of you joining us on this journey. So stay tuned.
Amazing, thank you, Pims. Hal, do you want to add anything on that before we open up to Q&As?
All said. Let's do some Q&A.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go.
If anyone feels comfortable enough to open up and fire away any questions, if not, we can just send them into the AMA channel. But we'd love to hear from you guys. Just any feedback on what we've presented there would be great.
Hi. Yeah, I've got a question. I'm part of the DAO, as I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name. Is it Pauga?
Well, technically, I guess it's kind of Cantonese, so it'd be Pao Gore. But anyway, Pao is fine. Go for Pao. It's fine.
Oh, okay, no, that's easier. Great. So I'm already in Goa. So I'm just wondering, because I know you're in both. So wouldn't it make sense to stick to one DAO and maximize what I'm putting in, or what is the benefit of me joining a second DAO?
I could add my opinion on that. I believe the future consists of like one individual, especially in this space. So you're going to be involved in many DAOs. There's going to be so many DAOs that will come up that you'll want to contribute to. And in terms of like, as we've said, there's just straight off the bat, there's a great investment opportunity there. But yeah, I don't feel there's any friction between the DAOs, and each DAO will do things differently. Like the plans that we've got, I'm confident are completely different to what the plans that Gower have got. So it's kind of like you go to a restaurant, there's a menu, and you choose which, the DAOs are on the menu, and you choose which you like from the kind of what they got to offer, basically. So that's my opinion. I don't think it's weird. I think many people, I sense, have that feeling about. I've spoken to many people and say, "Well, I'm a part of this DAO. Why am I going to join that DAO? I'm a part of that DAO." And I personally, I'm going to look at joining other DAOs because they're going to be. It's like joining a different community. It's like what's happening within Wilder World as well. You got the Wheels DAO, you got the Crafts DAO. You're not. Are you just going to commit to one DAO, or are you going to spread your interest across different industries and different DAOs? So that's my take on it. I don't know if Pow or Pims or Yob, you want to add anything else on that?
So my quick take, if as a rational investor, if I look across the DAOs, I think the one thing I would be careful of is these things are illiquid, as in you put your money in, and to get them out is not that easy. And therefore, I would think about, as a portfolio, when you step back, everything you own in NFTs, whatever you're doing, think about a number that you're willing to put into DAOs in general, and then work back from there, as in which ones you like. Now, the DAOs, I think, will all be different. I mean, today we've seen Meow DAO open, which has got a slightly different angle. I think there's another one, some McDonald's DAO opening. So there's going to be a different spirit because they're like different mini companies. They're almost like different mini NFT launches. And I guess it depends, whether you like the people and whether you like their vision. I mean, we're being, I don't know what the word is, slightly cryptic about our main headquarters plan, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it'll be amazing. And it's things like that will make our DAO a bit different. I also think if you're based in the UK, you'd get some of the benefits of the IRL stuff that we'll provide, which, it'll just be bigger in the UK because we'll be more active here because a lot of us are here.
I would also add, I am a member of Gower as well. I'm not an active member. I literally, Powell tells me, hey, there's a vote, go vote. All right, I'm over there. I don't have the time to invest, but having been involved in the Guardians of Wild World since Daniel Crypto set it up, I thought, I like these people. I want to go on the journey with them. Having said that, I don't have the time to follow it up day to day. I'm too busy with Polaris DAO. So I am excited to join, to be a part of their DAO. I'm excited to be building our DAO. And I'm looking forward to seeing what other DAOs on top of, just being involved in the Wheels DAO by owning Wheels is an insanely awesome thing with the amount of value that DAO has. So DAOs are great. I'm ready for it.
Okay, thank you very much. One of the reasons why I joined Gower was fascinated by the idea of fractionalized ownership. I'm in a position to get two of my own trinities, but I'm still very interested in how this is going to work. I find it fascinating. So And also, you guys are based in the UK, which is closer to my time zone compared to Goa. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the question. Thank you very much. No.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, so I got a question.
Should we go low T?
Go ahead, Lottie.
Yeah.
Hope it's not too windy where I am, but yeah. First of all, I just want to say I'm really impressed with what you guys are doing. I'm excited to get an opportunity to join. My question was geared toward when the ZDAO arises. I was wondering if there's any features or any solutions to current problems that you guys hope to see implemented in that system.
I can take that. Yeah, I think definitely, like I said, we'll look to merge onto ZDAO. I think what they're doing, obviously we all believe in the tech behind that there. So I think we're keen to see what they produce, and we'll look to, and any information we can get on that and start building towards that, we will do. So we've already started that. The Genosis safe that we used, that was obviously a recommendation from Neo to use that. So we're looking to be as compliant as possible. And then as more information comes out from ZDAO and the tech that they're building there, we will on ramp and look to use all of that tech as much as possible, because I believe it's going to be the best option available for building DAOs. So we're going to get more information over the coming weeks and months, so we'll be able to adapt to that. But as I said, in the short term, we'll be using short-term solutions to achieve what we want to achieve with voting, and obviously the safety around what we're trying to build here. So, but obviously as and when we can find out more about ZDAO and use that, we will.
I mean, that was a conscious decision by us when we decided to build this DAO and launch it on the ZDAO. We were very conscious about not rushing, because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves and have a whole bunch of people in and just create a messy framework that is then a challenge to launch on ZDAO. So that's why our plan has been set it up ourselves, take our time with that, and now we're opening it up to you guys, our OGs. And from our point of view, we're not planning on having more rounds with more people investing until we're on ZDAO. So that's why this is the special opportunity to get in as an OG pre-ZDAO launch.
Because good value that we can add, and guys that are willing to contribute this early stage, it has a massive impact on how this is going to play. So just to add to that with ZDAO, so definitely something that we're looking to.
Yeah, I mean, our resident coder, Tom Dick Harry, unfortunately is on holiday, so he can't make it today. I think he's pretty active in your Z-Chain stuff, and I think he's really keen to be part of the beta or even alpha testing, and to work closely with Zero DAO once they start opening up about what they might do and what the flexibility might be. He seems to think that we'll still need a Gnosis wallet, multi-sig wallet, because it doesn't sound like that's what they're going to provide off the bat. So I think for us, it could be interesting if it has the tokenization stuff for voting and for reflecting economic shares in the DAOs and stuff like that.
I think we've seen some of the other DAOs, they're really rushing to try and solve problems that are going to be solved by Z-Tech and Zero Tech. So we're not rushing to create infrastructure that Z-Tech. We're trying to utilize our time. There's been 7 founders, so we're really trying to utilize that and make the most of our time. So we've focused on what we've built, what you've seen so far, and I like to think and this is what we've said is so good about this DAO, is that we're on the same wavelength. We have that common ground there that we work from, and like I said, we've honed in on what we're trying to achieve here, and we've left the tech side. Obviously we're with TDH's work and Power, all of our work. We've built the framework that we've got, but we're not going to waste too much time on trying to solve problems that Zero Tech will solve further down the line, and we will merge onto Zero Tech as soon as we can.
Oh yeah, I love the idea of merging with the ZDAO system once it's launched, and I was just curious. I'm sure you guys are running into a lot of problems, and just maybe throwing those out there to see if those are things they're working on with ZDAO to make it a more smoother transition. I'm sure they love feedback, but no, I love the idea of gearing it up to join.
Yeah.
ZDAO.
And Lotan, you've obviously been doing a bit of work there. So someone like yourself, we would really appreciate someone like yourself being on, throwing out ideas and suggestions, and we can put some time and effort into that. So, but appreciate the question. Thanks for that, Lotan.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Any other questions, or have we got anything in the AMA channel? Let me just check.
I got a few questions.
Yeah, go for it, Ocean.
In the future plans for Polaris DAO, are you guys going to be accepting wild or zero tokens?
I'm sure. Yeah.
What,
yeah
as contributions?
Right.
I mean, I guess it's possible. I think at the start we're going to stick to we're going to do all our accounting in ETH just because I think it's easier. Running FX with Wilder the way it is right now and even zero is not really. I don't know. If I wear a treasury hat, it's not really what I want to see. That said, we do own some Wild and we do own some zero, and it's not that we want to trade this stuff, but if there are, if it turns out that minting for certain assets in the future is going to be in zero or wild, then we will, shift our resources towards that, and probably make some money in the trading of that at the time. I think the one problem is if you open up a funding round, let's say for the next month, and give people the option of doing it in wild or ETH, you're just going to end up with an open FX risk that you just can't hedge, because you can't hedge this stuff. I know I sound like a real IRL treasurer at the moment, but it just gets complicated. And my personal view in all this for now, it's like a little startup. We try and keep it as simple as possible to start with. That's my aim.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
I also, Tom had mentioned the Polka starter with the IDO for Wilder World. This is kind of off subject, but are you guys aware of the partnership that Wilder World has with Polka Starter? And I read one article from them stating how there will be the opportunity to get land from Wilder World by holding the Polka Starter coin.
Polls is okay. I hadn't read that. That's interesting. Obviously, Q said there's going to be many different routes to land. Is that was that the article that came out when they announced the partnership?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was with the article that came out with a partnership, because Polka Starter just started doing the whole land sale thing a few months ago. So, but I did read something with Wilder World regarding it. I'll try to find it and post it in general. But yeah, I mean, initially I know we're going to have the Genesis collection, but I'm going to be a land maxi for Wilder World, that's for sure. So with us being in the bear market right now and everything pretty much down 85-95%, just kind of wanted to throw that out there with you guys so you can do your own research, or maybe somebody knew something else about it.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. So I still hold polls because you needed 250 polls at least to get access to their when they launched new projects. So I still hold the polls, but I didn't fully understand that. So I really appreciate that. There's a good bit of information there for anyone that didn't know, that we can look into that after. And as a DAO, we'll discuss that a little bit as well. We are keen on land as well for what we're trying to do. So really appreciate that input. We will look into that. So thank you very much. If you got anything else, Oceans? If not, we've got a question here from Chris Brown.
Just one last thing. For contributing to Polaris, I can't find anything anywhere on the Discord. Do you guys have the address or the
We'll be
wallet?
dropping that straight after the VC.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Oceans. Appreciate
Thanks,
that.
man.
So Chris Brown has asked, guys, I am unable to mute Ari loans NFTs for Trinity. I have a spare wolf I could loan if anyone else had a spare wheels, etc. Would the NFT be given back once Moto has been given to the DAO? Also, I'm sure after this you will share the DAO wallet address in order for OGs to submit if and when. So in terms of loaning assets, obviously we've got founding members that have loaned assets. Do you want to sort of answer that one? Do you feel comfortable to answer that one, Pims or Pal?
Yeah, sure. It's one of the things we discussed when we were setting up the DAO, and we put the question in the first type form was, would you prefer to send an NFT to the DAO as buy-in instead of using ETH? I can tell you that 63.2% said no and 36.8% said yes, they would like that. At this stage, we've decided it's best to have the membership amount in ETH. But long term, we like the idea of using NFTs as a buy-in as well. In terms of loaning, mate, if you want to send the DAO a wolf, I have no complaints. And in terms of if it's a loan and it was used to secure like a wheel securing a moto or a wolf used to secure land, if you say it's a loan, it's a loan. It goes back to you basically whenever you want it, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, so
and
I mean,
just also to add, I've sent a wheel. I've decided I haven't sent it. Sorry, I've got one extra wheel which I'm going to use to mint a moto so that I can for my personal Trinities. Once I've done that, I'm sending it to the DAO, and it's the DAO's. You will own fractional ownership of that as well. Again, I know Crypto Casper has also chosen to gift her wheel to the DAO. But it's entirely up to individuals if you want to gift it or loan it if it benefits the DAO. It's entirely up to the individual. So go, pal.
yeah, I'm just thinking I have to change our valuation to 11 ETH now. No, that's joking aside. Yeah, so we're basically this is all very new to everyone here, but the spirit of the founders is genuinely, I don't know, it's been the least argumentative place I've ever been setting something up. This basically, whenever anyone has an idea, it's like, hey, what do you guys think? We're not doing formal voting, but I'd say 99 times out of 100, whoever suggested it, and with a good reason, everyone said, that's great, let's do that. And so we've just grown into this whole lending assets to the DAO because we know it's the right thing. And so the spirit of this is really, it's just a very natural free flow. Now, that said, when we bring in new investors like you guys, we then have to professionalize and get the voting right and protect your investments, just like you protect any minority investment in anything. So we will, yes, if you want to gift assets, you can gift them. If you want to loan them, we can word it such that you can loan it for a certain period of time, or you can loan it, and as soon as you say you want it back, the DAO will send it back. There's no problem with that. But ideally, you wouldn't loan us something and then right before a mint where we were relying it for a Trinity, you take it back. That would be, again, that's just a question of agreeing it, I'd say. Okay, Chris, you can't answer back.
Yeah.
so you like that answer. You're saying yes. Awesome. All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I was waiting for a response there. Hang on a minute. If anyone's got any more questions, fire away. I mean, we've just touching on for an hour now. I'm happy to talk. I'll talk for many more hours with all of you guys. I love talking to wilders, so I'm happy to stay behind, so to speak, and have a more relaxed chat about things. Because, like I said, it gets heavy and intense when we talk about investments, and it should be. We're very serious, and like I said, the security and everything around that, what we're doing here, we take very seriously. But at the same time, we want to have some fun, and we want to create good experiences in Miami, and we want that to run parallel with the investment opportunity. Is that we create this community and the experiences as well. So on top of everything that we are doing, we want to run with the lore and the story of what we're doing here. So it'd be great to have, if anyone's got any contributions on that or wants to share some ideas. Again, we're very sort of open-minded, open-hearted on the whole process, which is what's been so good about being a part of this DAO. Has anyone got any final remarks before we sort of wrap things up?
I'll just add, Tom, I've unlocked the DAO How to Invest channel. So if you look on the Polaris information, you'll see DAO How to Invest, and that will give you everything you need to know if you want to join us.
Any final remarks from anyone? If not, we'll sort of, I'll finish recording and we'll have a bit more of a relaxed discussion about things. Maybe get some wilder world discussions going, because things have been a bit crazy lately, and I'd love to have a chat about that. All good? Yob, you good?
All good, mate. Yeah, just thanks everybody for joining, and appreciate the comments and questions, and hopefully you can join us on the journey and be part of the evolution over the next weeks, months, and hopefully years.
Yeah, really appreciate you all showing up.
Yeah, thank you guys. Pal, any final remarks?
No, I'm good. I'm good to talk shit.
Yeah, we'll talk some
let's
shit
talk
now.
shit.
Let's talk shit. So we'll leave. Obviously, we've got the AMA text channel open. We're all online pretty much every hour of the day. So any questions in there, just fire away. But thank you guys. Really appreciate everyone's time, and I hope you can join us on this journey. Cheers, guys.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good one.
Great job, guys. Really appreciate the AMA.
Cheers, Ocean.
Thanks, guys.